Hello, everybody. My name is Colton. I am a vlogger. I am a dude. I am the vlogger dude, and this is the Vlogger Dude Podcast, episode 2. Uh, can't decide whether I'm really going to do this on Patreon and slash or upload it to YouTube straight away, but this is just an experiment today. I have the great pleasure and great honor of welcoming our guest to episode 2 of the Vlogger Dude Podcast. Theme Park Wizard. How are you?
Fantastic, and thank you for having me on
Hey,
today.
no, thank you. Thank you for coming on. It is a huge, absolute honor to have you. So, I have been to Universal Studios many, many times, and you are a local to Universal Studios Hollywood.
Yes, and I went to Universal Orlando one time.
One time. And I thought it would be funny if we compare contrast the history, the rides, and possibly even the futures of each park. Now, straight away, Florida has size.
Yeah,
With
size
Florida, they
and
went
two
they
parks.
went the Disney World route. This is like comparing Disneyland Disney World. They're like some similarities, but one is way bigger than the other.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys have
We
a
we
water
do,
park and a second park, yeah, and two other parks.
and
We have
and a
a
third park, and a
yeah,
third park.
you have
Well,
a lot of
fourth,
parks. Yeah,
fourth if you count Volcano Bay.
yeah,
Listen, Disney tweeted out there like all 6 of our parks will be
yeah.
open. So like the
Yes,
whole Volcano Bay is a theme park is like kind of put to rest now because it is. Because if
yes,
Disney gets to say they have 6, I feel like Universal can say they have 4 now.
almost definitely. Yeah, so you guys have four, which is pretty awesome. You should need two more to
Epic
catch up.
Epic Universe opening next month. I'm going opening now. I'm super excited. But Hollywood is, no offense, but to me it is Universal Studios Florida greatest hits. There's a couple things about the park that I like. First of all, OG Hill Valley. That's I'm as a huge Back to the Future fan, I am just geeking out. I've seen all the stuff for FanFest nights going on currently. That is wow, that is so freaking cool. You guys had the studio tour, which is quite famous. I believe Florida had it, but not for that long.
Oh, they did. Interesting.
I'm not sure. You can quote me on that, but obviously the biggest project over at Hollywood right now is Fast and Furious,
Yes.
Hollywood Drift. You guys just closed Fast and Furious Supercharged last month.
We did.
Congratulations
Thank you so
of getting
much.
rid of
Quite an honor.
the worst theme park ride ever made. Please, Florida next, please. Why don't you tell me some special memories you've had going to Universal Studios Hollywood?
Oh, I sure will. Let me tell you quite a story. But first, you mentioned Hollywood is all of Florida's greatest hits. I reckon I counter with it's the opposite. You took all of our greatest hit studio tour attractions and made them your own attractions. And
True,
we're 30 years older than you, so ha.
we are. You
But
are.
so Universal Studios Hall is funny. It's interesting. When I was a little boy, I actually didn't like the park. I don't know why, but I remember not liking it. So I started going in my current year in 2018 when I started the channel. Well, sorry, it's 2019 when I started the channel. Well, started in 2018, but I started going to the parks in 2019 when I was covering the Jurassic World project. When I was being covered Jurassic World and then Super Nintendo World, and then so
You
I
did. You guys did get Super Nintendo World for like 3 years.
that's only like two, but yes,
Two. Was it two? I'm
yeah,
thinking of Japan. I'm thinking of
yeah.
Japan. Japan opened up in 21.
Yeah, and then I worked at the park in 2018. Worked as right up at Forbidden Journey. Now so then I fell in love with it
Me
even
and
more.
me and Forbidden Journey have a history.
You
We
don't
we, we
like
do.
it?
I don't. I
Why?
cannot imagine a wizarding world where you only have Forbidden Journey and
And Hippogriff.
the Flight of the Hippogriff. Yeah, I can't imagine that. At that
Well,
point,
that's
it's
because
just a
you
big
have like.
shopping center that happens to have a kids roller coaster. If you go back and watch my vlog, doing something I haven't done in a decade, last January at Universal in 2024, I specifically stated that on my first visit to the park in 2011, we were super excited about Harry Potter because everybody was at the time. It was the coolest thing at the time, and I really think that it laid the groundwork for what we now know is Epic Universe, like all of these immersive lands in highly detail. Anyway, it was a good ride. I like the technology, I like the sets, but those Dementors, man. I was 11 years old and they scarred me as a kid. From what I've seen, Hollywood used to have a lot of them, specifically in the Chamber of Secrets.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and you can see them. There's some that are turned on. You can see the ones that are turned off. They're still their shadows are there over you, and they get pretty close to you. I think they get a little
they,
closer
they
than
do
they
they
do in
do get pretty
Orlando.
close. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, so I understand because that is actually quite a scary part for a lot of
It
people.
is, yes.
So
That's why I'm scared about monsters. But from what I've heard, they don't get like Dementor close. From what I've
yeah,
heard, it.
and also the monster is actually quite bright. Like it's not there's no really dark spots like that. And the adventures
Yeah,
there's it's a lot of color and a lot of stuff going on. So I think,
yeah. A lot of
and
colors,
from
a
the
lot of stuff.
POV I've seen, it didn't look like anyone got too
I
close,
have
even the
not seen the
werewolf. So
POV. It's been so hard for me to resist because I
so
want to see it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm going in a month. I want to be surprised. Anyway,
how old are you?
I'm 24. I'm gonna be
Okay,
25 in two
so
weeks.
you're over 18. Okay, perfect. But say you should go the AP previews or just get a hotel room and go early.
Don't don't no. I don't think I want to go with everybody else. I want to make theme park history. I want to go with
Oh no,
everybody
I
else.
mean like go both times. You gotta go as much as you
I don't know.
can.
It's pretty pricey. I've already
That
done.
is expensive, I know. Because you have to take a
Yeah,
plane down there
I
and then,
wish. I wish
yeah,
I could.
you can't just
If I could,
drive
I
there.
probably would. Trust me.
Yeah, I know, right? Because,
So
yeah.
get off of Forbidden Journey in 2011, and I decided I am never doing this ride again
Wow, so
because
it
of
really
mental.
scarred you. So in 2011, you
And
were what,
last year,
eight?
I was like, you know what? It's been over a decade. I'm sure they don't bother me anymore. Spoiler alert: they still bother me. They still bother me.
Quite the impact. That's incredible. That means
But
they made a good ride.
I cannot imagine not having Gringotts.
I
Gringotts is
know.
and Hagrid's. Oh, and Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster's top tier. Absolutely good coaster.
Yeah, I wish we had some Hagrids and Green Gots over there. I rode Green Gots. Hagrid's was broken down. I couldn't ride that one.
Oh
But so I have
no!
to write it next year
Oh
when we go for
no!
Epic. But Green Outs is super fun. I love the queue and I love the coaster itself. I was like, wow, they were like spinning and they were like, wee. I was like, whoa, and there's massive screens. I was like, what's going on? I feel like I need to write it again. Well, it's such little time. I had like one day because really the main trip was a cruise, so we just stuck our landing on for like
Oh,
one
okay. You just
day.
stopped there and
Yeah,
stop. Okay, that
stayed
makes
at
sense.
stayed at Portofino Bay and literally because of that, we had the express pass. Because of the express pass, we had literally maybe 6 to 8 hours in the park, and we did as much as we possibly could. But obviously, we missed out on a lot of cool stuff. But it was cool just walking around and take. That's the one thing because we're gonna go, to Epic and stay like for a week, right? So I want to take that time and really soak in it was really rushing before, but this time I want to really soak in all the details of the Islands of Adventure, especially in Universal Studios Florida. And really walk around and sometimes just take a seat by the lake and just look out.
Yeah.
People watch.
Have
Still have more
butterbeer,
time.
out in the
Yeah,
sun. That is
yeah. I still have more time this time.
immaculate vibes.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that because it was very fun, but we were really rushing.
So,
So I'm so excited to just really take in everything this time.
so FanFest nights. Have you been to FanFest nights yet?
Never. It opens Friday, and I'm not a team member, so I couldn't go yesterday.
Ah, okay. I do know a team member. He's one of my theme park buddies, and he also happens to be a SEAL.
Oh, wow. And let me guess, it's the SoCal Pals, isn't it?
No, actually, it's Tendo the SEAL. He's one of my very, very good buddies. He
Oh,
does a
never
lot of
heard
great
of him.
stuff.
I'll have to check him out.
So, from what I've seen, FanFest nights is like really cool. Like to have all of these nerdy like fandoms. So basically, it's like Halloween Horror Nights, but no horror. It's just a bunch of cool fandoms. Star Trek, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen. I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that. And then, of course, Back to the Future
Hmm.
being one of uh, the biggest ones. As a huge Back to the Future fan, it's bucket list item for me to go to Hollywood and walk around the courthouse. I don't know. I don't care how much money it is. I just want to do it.
Yeah, so yeah, FanFest is super cool. We got those fan zones I'm excited to see, and yeah, I'm very excited for the two walkthroughs. I mean, it looks like because the Halloween Horror Nights teams worked on those, so I'm very curious to see the nice, great quality of a Horror Nights house, but without the lights on, and meant to really stick in there. And they're about 10 to 12 minute experiences, so it's like a decent walkthrough length there.
Decent amount of time.
And the show, I guess the Jujutsu one is the same one from Japan. I guess it's about 15 minutes, so that's pretty cool. Nice use of the DreamWorks theater there. And the Back to the Future, that looks like a cool, like, because it's like kind of like a Ghost Town Alive, not LARPing thing, but then with the
Right.
show at the
Ghost.
end.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how that all works. And I'm also curious to see the wait times for everything, because
Hmm. Yeah, no, Yoshi's been a big, big hit over there, I've heard. I've seen people freaking out on TikTok and whatnot. We do, yes, you do. It's a good show. It's such a good show. Oh yes, yes, yes. Those they should. It would be a it would be dumb if they didn't. Little. What I've seen a lot of people from the the West Coast. They want Monsters Unchained. They want the monsters to come home. And I mean, you've already have Super Nintendo World shortened. You do not have Donkey Kong, and you don't have Yoshi, the Yoshi ride, but you do have something from Epic Universe in like a shortened version. Do you think at any point they could take Darkmoor and like maybe like a little land, maybe not Monsters Unchained, maybe they bring over Darkmoor and Curse of the Werewolf? What do you think? Hmm. Ah, I mean, I mean, Monsters Unchained is a very big ride building. It's very big. Hmm. Ah, interesting. The Creature of the Black Lagoon ride that was supposed to go with Epic. Ah, makes sense. Makes sense. Wow. Mm. One thing Hollywood doesn't have that Florida still does. Uh, the ride that refuses to die, known as ET. I'm not sure. I think this whole rumor about Spielberg not making movies anymore if ET closed came specifically after Hollywood closed their version to build The Mummy. Is that right? Is that where it is now? Right. Yes. It's a good mummy. I like the animatronic that you see above your head before it launches. We do not have that in Florida. But we do have Brendan Fraser not getting his cup of coffee, which is no. It's a so the one in Florida is themed like the movie set, like they're making the movie, and then like Brendan Fraser is like trying to get a cup of coffee, and they nobody will give it to him unless he has a magi symbol on him, and chaos ensues. Um, a uh, a member of the film crew. I can't remember what his name is, but he has on like a red hat when you like go through the ride. He's like wrapped in he's like mummified, and then he comes out and he's like, "Silence with your souls, I shall rule for all of eternity," and that's where the ride starts. The the one in Hollywood just kind of abruptly ends, right? You spin around and then it comes up and then boom. Yeah, that's anticlimactic. Very anticlimactic. But I will say you are getting an outdoor roller coaster, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, which is very big because outdoor rides were a big no-no in Hollywood for a couple of years, but because it was still being used as a hot set, and the the universe was like, nah, outdoor rides are a big no-no because screens, and it would like go um interrupt filming. But thanks to like soundproof technology, like the rooms have like gotten like more soundproof over the years, so now they can finally do this. Yes, it's basically Cosmic Rewind outside from what I've seen. That corkscrew looks insane. It absolutely looks insane. The corkscrew. Uh, if anybody is watching is willing to take me, Universal Hollywood, little invite for the Back to the Future fan. They're probably not watching. I can dream, but I can dream. I, you know, I. So Florida, we have obviously Marvel's Islands of Adventure. You guys cannot have Marvel due to the contract that was made. I believe the contract says you can't have Marvel attractions east of the Mississippi, but I think Web Slingers is like some like weird loophole that it's like it's their version of Spider-Man, right? Right, right. Which is actually where I got this hat from. The Spider-Man ride. I love the Spider-Man ride. It's my favorite. It will never not be my favorite dark ride, unless Ministry of Magic proves me wrong from what I've been hearing. But I mean, I don't really like horror. I don't have any emotional connection to the Universal monsters. I am aware of them. The technology wise, yeah, right. But it is cool. It is cool. But I'm telling you right now, Nintendo is gonna probably be my top three. Oh, Stardust. How can I forget Stardust? The ride with the flux capacitor on the back. That's probably gonna be my favorite one. What do you think? I have heard that too. What do you think Hollywood looks like within the next 5 to 10 years? Double. Okay. Yeah. Florida in the next 5 to 10 years. Obviously, Epic Universe expands somehow. Whether that be Wicked, whether that be Zelda. I have heard rumors, and these are just rumors of so a week or two ago they revealed Universal Studios is building a park in Britain, in the UK, and one of those lands was Back to the Future. And I mad jealous when I realized it was just a roller coaster that goes forward and back. I'm like, really, really, Back to the Future deserves better. I'm hearing rumors that Fast and Furious Supercharged might close to make way for Hill Valley. The front of the trip, 1985, 1955. You go to the main ride building where the clock tower is. That's 1985, and there's like a Cafe 80s or something, which would be 2015. So this would span Back to the Future 1 and 2. Um, so the concept I saw was just supercharged with the Back to the Future coat of paint. Not a fan of that. I think there's better. Like it was a fan concept. Like somebody making like it was a fan concept, but I think that I know it's a huge ride boom. You've got the queue, you've got the parts that happened before um, the main ride. I think you can do a lot better with Back to the Future. In 10 years, I see possibly one or two more lanes for Epic, depending on what they do with it. They are definitely going to expand Epic because that's the newest thing. That's what they want to focus on right now. But I do believe that IOA and USF will get their own editions as well to keep the money flowing. Pokemon, yes, that is a big thing. That's a big thing right now, specifically in the Simpsons area. We already know that Spider-Man in Japan closed to make way for some type of Pokemon. So could they bring that ride to Florida? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna, Simpsons is just a ticking time bomb at this point. It's either it's gonna go or it's not. But my big fear is they have if they get rid of Simpsons, then they have to get rid of Marvel. Do you think they would ever get rid of Marvel? I don't want to know a world without my Spider-Man ride. I mean, yeah, you've got Velocicoaster, you've got a whole entire new park, but it's just a classic. It never goes out of style. It's so rewritable because it's that good. Quite a while, probably another 10, 15 years, hopefully. Cross fingers. Is there any rides or franchises you would like to see at Hollywood? And something better. Mm. All good ideas. All good ideas. One thing that I've thought about, and I've said this to like a couple of other theme park people that I know. There is a franchise that is begging for a theme park ride, and Universal has also worked with the studio before. So, and this would require Transformers 3D to go away because it's been there since 2012, 13. It's getting old. Tear down Transformers and build me a Sonic the Hedgehog dark ride based on the movies. And I would want like Spider-Man style. Like you can do screens, yeah, but I want animatronics of Sonic and Tails and Knuckles at the beginning and the end of the ride. I want physical sets. I want Jim Carrey's Eggman to like go nuts. And just I want Shadow to be there too. I guess I would base this off of three since it's probably the most exciting one. and I just want to have a Sonic ride. Also, maybe if they don't want to do a dark ride, is it too much to ask to have a Sonic roller coaster that's blue with a loop in it? It's right there. I mean, it's right there. It's so obvious. Mm, other probably Green Hill Zone. Yeah, I think they could base it off of like Green Hill Zone in the movies, like build the town. All right, that is our time. Thank you so much. I've had so much fun having you on the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no problem. All right, this is the Vlogger Dude podcast. We are out.